It was 20 years ago Christmas Eve when Gordon House drove drunk and killed a mother and her 3 daughters. While drunk drivers are still ruining lives here in New Mexico, there is no denying that the Gordon House crash changed the way we look at drunk driving. News 13's Alex Tomlin spoke to a woman who lost a daughter and 3 grandchildren in that crash and used the pain and the anger to make New Mexico a better place.
I always pull out some of the videos and I watch them the few days before Christmas because I can jump back in to those videos and be there.
These are the Christmas memories Nadine Milford jumps back into.
There they are.
Her 3 granddaughters, daughter and son-in-law.
There's the girls, Mel and Paul.
20 years later, she still remembers what happened as if it were yesterday. The girls, Melanie and Paul Cravens, were headed to her house after church to sing Christmas carols to neighbors.
It got late and I thought, oh well, I'm going to go to bed. And I knew they'd come in, kiss my face and say, okay, Grandma, we're here. Let's have chocolate and cookies. And I would get up and we'd have chocolate and cookies. But my husband came in and he woke me up. And he said something bad's happened.
She flipped on the TV and saw this, the now infamous crash on I-40 in Albuquerque. She recognized Paul and Mel's car. Cops say a very drunk Gordon House was driving the wrong way when he hit the Cravens head-on. In shock, Nadine Milford says a friend went to the scene for her. When he came back,
the first thing I said was, David, who was it? And he said, Nadine, it's all of them.
Melanie and the girls were killed. Paul miraculously survived, but with life-changing injuries. Nadine says she spoke to her son-in-law just this morning.
He said, I still miss him, Nadine. I said, you know what, Paul? I do too.
Paul never remarried. Nadine and her husband went on to tirelessly push for tougher DWI laws.
I can't think of anything I would have rather done with my life after that crash than to do what I did.
She was instrumental in getting lawmakers to close drive-through liquor stores, make a 4th DWI a felony, and strengthen the penalties for drunk drivers. Now 74, her fighting days are over, and she looks forward to her family spending Christmas playing games and coming together instead of giving gifts. You can still hear the pain in her voice when she talks about deadly DWI crashes of recent years or the idea of someone getting behind the wheel drunk.
Please, please.
Don't drink and drive. Alex Tomlin, KRQE, News 13.
Nadine Milford says she does not think about the drunk driver, Gordon House. House was released from prison in 2009 after serving half of his 22-year sentence. He sat down with Alex Tomlin after his best friend was killed by a suspected drunk driver just 4 months after he got out of prison, and talked about just how destructive alcohol can be.
This chemical, it has no feelings. It has no compassion, it has no love.
APD officers will be out in full force this holiday season, cracking down on DWIs and trying to prevent tragedies like the one that happened to Nadine Milford's family. Mayor R.J. Berry and the police department announced today there will be 20 extra officers working during Christmas and New Year's, and they will be targeting drunk drivers.